NLAW, which takes its name from the initials of next generation anti-tank weapon, has turned into one of the most mediatic weapon systems in Ukraine. Indeed, the combat reports show us that it is a highly successful anti-tank missile system. But its hybrid design also caused some debates. As the weapon detective, we are investigating the NLAW and the controversies around this unique weapon system. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel before we start, and give us a thumbs up if you like our video. To be notified of our new videos, please click the bell button. Also, you can now click the join button to support our channel. And as always, we would greatly appreciate all the likes, comments, and shares. The NLAW is one of the superstars of the ongoing Russo-Ukrainian War. In the hands of the Ukrainian troops, this anti-tank weapon has proved its effectiveness many times. But also, the experiences that came from these battles inevitably caused some criticisms. Before analyzing it, it would be helpful to look at the history and features of the NLAW. In the late 1990s, the Swedish Bofors company began to work on a new man-portable anti-tank weapon, initially called MBT-Law, and later NLAW, to replace the old obsolete ones as the answer to the Swedish Armed Forces requirement. Because the previous Law 80 had an unsatisfactory results on the modern main battle tanks with explosive reactor armor, the UK was also seeking this type of system in the same years. The UK instantly showed interest in this new anti-tank weapon and chose the NLAW over the FGM-148 Javelin in 2002 within the scope of the NLAW SRL 4098 program. In the same year, Bofors and UK-based Thales Air companies formed a consortium. Accordingly, the Swedish would be responsible for design and development, and the British for manufacturing. Both countries would independently have the marketing rights for the NLAW. After finalizing the agreement in 2003, the design and development works continued until 2008. 1 year later, the British Army began to take delivery of the NLAW. The Trijicon ACOG TA41 telescopic scope of the NLAW has the features of 2.5 magnification and a 20-degree field of view. The Finnish Patria company developed Senop VV3X night sight for the anti-tank missile system. The sight can be fitted on another single-use canister after the launch. The time between the target detection and launch is about 5 seconds. Also, the missile can immediately be fired like an unguided rocket when an unexpected target appears. Before the launch, the gunner has to track the target for 2 to 3 seconds via the sight. During this time, the NLAW's predicted line of sight, shortly PLOS guidance system, records the target's vector and computes a possible interception point. After launch, the missile corrects its flight path autonomously to reach the designated point. This gives the NLAW fire and forget capability. This system can be used in an elevation angle of -+ 45 degrees. Before the launch, the gunner can either choose overfly top attack or direct attack modes. Like the Swedish RBS-56 Bill-2 anti-tank missile, the NLAW can fly about 1 meter above the line of sight, initiating the warhead above the target's weaker top armor with the help of magnetic sensors. In the direct attack mode, the missile flies in the line of sight. In general use, the overfly top attack mode is preferred for tanks and armored vehicles, while the direct attack mode is for other types of targets. The NLAW has a soft launch system, which means that the gunner can fire it in confined spaces. The missile leaves the canister at a speed of 40 meters per second and then accelerates to around 200 meters per second at a safe distance. The early examples of the NLAW had an effective range of around 400 meters against moving targets and 600 meters against stationary targets. Thanks to software improvements, the effective range of the later variants have increased to 800 meters. But the accepted optimum effective range against moving targets is still 400 meters. The missile can reach this distance in 2 seconds. The minimum effective range of the NLAW is 20 meters. After the missile reaches the 1000 meter distance without finding the target, it activates the self-destruction mechanism automatically. The missiles and canisters have 20-year shelf life. Finland, Indonesia, Luxembourg, Malaysia, Sweden, Switzerland, Ukraine, and the United Kingdom are the users of the NLAW. Some sources claim that Lithuania and Saudi Arabia also have the system, but we cannot find any official confirmation for this information. Sweden and the UK designate the NLAW as Robot 57, shortly RB 57, and K170A2 respectively. The NLAW has a length of 102 centimeters and a diameter of 150 millimeters, while the diameter of the missile body is 115 millimeters. The weight of the complete system is 12.5 kilograms. Its top speed is 200 meters per second. The NLAW's effective range is between 20 to 800 meters. Its high explosive anti-tank warhead can penetrate over 500 millimeters steel armor. According to some Ukrainian sources, the NLAW is responsible for a big part of the Russian army's ground vehicle losses in the ongoing war. Some even address that this system has destroyed 30 to 40% of tanks that Russia has lost. Before the Russian invasion, the UK had supplied 2,000 NLAWs to Ukraine. An additional 1,615 were delivered on March 9, 2022. Also, Luxembourg sent some NLAWs to this country, and on March 24, 2022, London pledged to provide a further 6,000 systems. Especially during the Battle of Bucha, the Ukrainian troops set many ambushes on the Russian forces by using the NLAWs. Thus, on March 31, 2022, Ukraine regained the control of Bucha, which Russia captured on March 12. During the Ukrainian hit-and-run attacks, the NLAW proved its deadly effectiveness repeatedly. The Russian troops and the separatist forces in Luhansk and Donetsk have also captured some NLAWs, but their experiences are still unknown. Some sources claim that also Saudi Arabia is using these anti-tank missiles in Yemen, but these claims are officially unconfirmed. At first glance, the NLAW is one of the heroes of the Russo-Ukrainian War. Yes, one of them. We should not ignore that the contribution of the FGM-148 Javelin to Russian losses is higher. Also, many other Soviet-era shoulder-launched anti-tank weapons have played critical roles in the Ukrainian resistance. So, it would be too pretentious to give the Academy Award for the leading actor to the NLAW. There are some debates about the NLAW. Some experts argue that compared with the Javelin, the short-range and ill-guided NLAW is an unneeded anti-tank weapon. And according to them, the almost free-of-charge RPG-7 is a much more suitable solution for close-quarter combat. An assessment always depends on the points of view. So let's try to look at some of the facts about the NLAW from different angles. The NLAW is serving alongside with Javelin and RPG-7 in Ukraine. A Javelin missile without a launching unit is about $175,000 US. The launch weight of the system is 22.3 kilograms. After being launched, the Javelin has to climb to an altitude of 60 meters in the direct attack mode and 150 meters in the overflight top attack mode, which limits the missile's close-quarter attack capability. But the Javelin's maximum effective range is 2,500 to 4,750 meters, depending on the command and launch unit. It can penetrate a 750 millimeter armor supported by explosive reactive armor. An RPG-7 is $500 to $2,000. Its unguided rockets are $100 to $500. The launching weight of the RPG-7 is 7 kilograms. It has no overflight top attack capability. Depending on the rocket type, the system's effective range is between 300 to 700 meters. Its PG-7VR rocket can penetrate a 600 millimeter armor supported by explosive reactive armor at close range. The unit cost of the 12.5 kilogram NLAW is $30,000 to $40,000. It is suitable for close-quarter engagements, and its effective range is 800 meters. The NLAW can penetrate a 500 millimeter armor supported by explosive reactive armor. So, depending on the point of view, we may say that the NLAW is an anti-tank weapon, which is less effective but cheaper than the Javelin, or more effective but more expensive than the RPG-7. Compared to the Javelin, it is useless in long range. But the NLAW is more effective system in close range. The unguided and low-cost RPG-7 is highly practical in close quarter. But the NLAW offers higher accuracy. Actually, all these points of views are valid because the NLAW is designed to replace neither the Javelin nor RPG-7. It fulfills the gap between them. So the NLAW is still a heavy, expensive and sophisticated anti-tank weapon in the eyes of an RPG-7 user. Yet, it is a less effective but lighter and cheaper solution than the Javelin. In the British Army, the Maneuver Support Company of the Infantry Battalion has an anti-tank platoon armed with 8 Javelin missile launchers. In other words, the FGM-148 is a battalion-level anti-tank weapon. But the NLAW is designed to be used by squad-level units. So it is a more practical solution for hit-and-run tactics and urban warfare. A single soldier can carry and operate it. In contrast, a standard Javelin team consists of 2 persons. It is more beneficial for coordination to have the anti-tank weapon close by the attacking soldiers with assault rifles during an ambush. In other words, a long-range missile does not provide a particular advantage in this type of assault. The NLAW has a minimum effective range of 20 meters, while the Javelin has 60 meters. So it is much more suitable for the suddenly appearing imminent threats in close combat. In fact, the NLAW is nothing more than a classic anti-tank grenade launcher equipped with a smart sight that can measure the vector and range of the target and meteorological data and automatically calculate all the necessary corrections of the missile's flight. Yet, this feature makes the system more effective against moving targets than ordinary RPGs. Still, if the hostile vehicle unexpectedly changes direction of movement or stops after the launch of the missile, the NLAW would probably miss the target. Throughout history, many failed weapon systems have been developed, but there has been never any perfect one. The so-called best weapon systems always have some shortcomings. Even the most successful ones can retain this title only for a while. A viewpoint based on the pursuit of a system that will deliver a perfect result in all types of missions will always lead to misjudgments. The combat reports from Ukraine show us that the NLAW is highly successful, but in its designated mission definition. It may be more expensive than the RPG-7, but definitely more effective. Yes, the NLAW is inferior to the Javelin in terms of range, accuracy, and armor penetration, but it is cheaper and more suitable for ambushes. The NLAW, Javelin, and the RPG-7 are anti-tank weapons that overcome the deficiencies of each other. So it would not be surprising to see the NLAW in many other countries' inventories soon. Thanks for watching our video. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of our new videos. Also, you can now click the join button to support our channel. And as always, we would greatly appreciate all the likes, comments, and shares.